Good morning and welcome to day one at Pizzey Park of the Combined Affiliated States Championships 2022. I'm James Sully Sullivan. With me, Caleb Reedy from Western Australia. Hello, Caleb. How are you?
Good, Sully. How are you, mate?
Very good, mate. Yeah, can't complain. Exciting to be back, the Combined Affiliated States.
Oh, it's great, mate. It's obviously, the pushing point for our schoolboys and our men's teams to, at least represent their state for a start and their families and stuff. So, really excited and glad to be back in, I was going to say sunny Queensland.
Yeah, it's a little bit wet. Would have to be the same, but the forecast looks like it'll settle down as Western Australia are first onto the field, coached by Carl Boffey. The number one, Regan Tuamoana, is also vice captain. The two, Achilles Packer. The three, Jake Matthews. The fours, Thomas Leader. The five, Leon White. I should say where these boys are from, really. Tuamoana, South Perth. Packer, the Rockingham Sharks. Jake Matthews, North Beach Seagulls. Tom Leader, the Rockingham Sharks. Leon White, Joondalup Giants. Tiaroa Afeti Kiru, South Perth. Latrell Chase, North Beach Seagulls. The 8, Nahina Colley from the Rockingham Sharks. The 9, and captain Trent Thurkelson from the South Perth Lions. Excuse me. The 10, Jose Leaf, Rockingham Sharks. The 11, Julius Anderson Hiroti, North Beach Seagulls. The 12, Caton Timor Wanu, New Joondalup Giants. 13, Carlos Carter, Ellenbrook Rabbitohs. The 14, Jaden Evans, North Beach Seagulls. The 15, Ethan Ransfield, Rockingham Sharks. 16, Jack Bullard, Joondalup Giants. 17, Jordan Tuamoana, South Perth Lions. The 18, Cruz Beasley, Joondalup Giants. The 19, Javara Joyce, Ellenbrook Rabbitohs. And the 20, Kava Aga, Rockingham Sharks.
Very nice side. Before we get to the Victorian team, we'll say the officials. So the man in the middle is Byron Devine. And on the touch judges is Blake Ridge and Christian Tapu. From the NRL Victoria Schoolboys, coached by Kane Sinclair. Number 1, Rylis Hohepa from Hallam Secondary College. Chase Sinclair, Rosehill Secondary College. Ethan Barlow Sua from the Grange, Peter 12. Nisifolo Fainuku, Clarendon College. Owen Tanu'u, Hampton Park Secondary. Cyrus Junior Perenisi, Fountain Gate Secondary. Rua Ropoama, Hallam Secondary. Nelson Solo, Melton Secondary. Clayton Tapelu from Craigieburn Secondary College. Shalom Utiasone, Mount Ridley College. David Tuuriki, Manoel Lakes College. Josiah Morelli Alama, Fountain Gate Secondary. Philip Masalo Salo in Victoria University Secondary College. Deacon King, Mount Ridley. Sully Pole Jr. in Craigieburn Secondary. Jeremiah Nelly, Hallam Secondary. Bobby Deo, Hallam Secondary. Philip Talia, Melton Secondary. Waka Hakopa Brown Rapana Edwards, Hallam Secondary. And Kaisaru Matagitao, Tarneet Senior College. That's 1 to 20 for the NRL Victoria boys. Lots of boys from that Hallam Secondary there, Sully.
Yeah, I've seen them a bit this year, actually, in the Peter Mulholland Schoolboy Cup. They were drawn in the Erindale College section of it. So, I did see a little bit of them throughout the year. It'll be Western Australia to get things underway with their 5'8". Afeti Kiru Ata Ati or Tora, of course, with that trusty left boot, Caleb. You've seen a little bit of him.
Oh, yeah. Can kick the ball.
And keeps it flat. It's not a deep kick. It's just taken. So Victoria will get their first taste of the football to get this Combined Affiliated States back on track after not being played 2 years. 3 years. 2019. More than happy just to ruck it out now. Saw Law. Seen a little bit of Nelson playing in the front row. It surprised me when I saw the list yesterday. Good defence there from the Western Australian side. Thurkelson over the top after a real good shot from Colley. Must I say, Law, on the last. Referee Devine puts his hand in the air. It's a good defensive set from the Western Australia side as the kicks just wobbled up in the air. They're taken safely. They'd be pretty happy with that first defensive set, WA Caleb.
Yeah, look, obviously good positive stuff, and you know, Victoria normally the overwhelming favourites in this age group. I don't think they've lost CAS since it was CAS in 2009 or something. So, you know, very good start from the West Australian boys.
And Packer sneaks out a dummy half, but he's driven backwards. As Thurkelson has to come in. Thurkelson in the dummy half just to... It's one thing when you play Victoria, there's a mistake early as the ball's bobbled out. And I was just about to say, there's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to take Victoria on in the middle. So sometimes that, you know, double pass from dummy half does help.
Jeez, how big is the 10? Shalom Uatisone from Victoria. He's a whole foot taller than everyone else on the field.
He's a tall boy.
Yeah, but, oh well, WA get tested for the first time. Got to complete these sets, and normally first 5 is the way to go, mate.
Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing after what I said was a real good defensive set to drop that ball third tackle as it fires out now and it comes in the hands of, he gets it on quickly, out the back, he's got speed to burn. Or Nuku, he's tackled just inside, he got onto the winger. Just waiting to see who it was that got to his feet, it was Donu. So Victoria, their first real shot. Is that player you're talking about? Uati Sornair. He takes it 4. The tackle 12 out. Western Australia's first real test, and it's an awful play, the ball. So they get a reprieve.
Yeah, and that's that man that I just spoke about, Uati Sornair. Just a bit lazy on the, you know, putting the ball to the ground. Got to get those right, and yeah. Look, that's a let-off for WA. Victoria
it is.
Looking a bit menacing with the ball. So, but a fairly good start in considering the weather conditions for both sides.
Biggs is, yeah, well, this is Western Australia's second chance. They move it quickly. Leader gets to his feet. Thurgleston looks for a runner. Finds one. Some solid Victorian defence. Slam him on his back. Thurkelson again, finds her, nearly slips out. Was that Collie, the front row? I think it was as he gets to his feet.
Jack Ballard, that one, mate.
Ooh, there's a nice break. He's dangerous, this fella. Anderson Oroti, we've seen him a bit of him. He's growing in stature too, Caleb.
Well, he's turned in from a winger and now he's in the front row, second row these days.
Always thought he'd be a back rower. As the kick bobbles out, it's a nice kick and a mistake from Victoria. Feti Kiru drilled the kick at the winger and it just bobbled out.
Yeah, Taunu, he didn't really look that comfortable there trying to take it, but great break here from Anderson Hiroti. Nice big long stride. It's a great chase from Tupelu in the end.
Yeah, you're right, Jack Ballard on the field early in the 16. You talk about Julius Anderson Hiroti. Probably the biggest WA boy out there. They're set up to the left. Carter at the back. Oh, referee Devine says, I want it again. There's a little move, scrum move. Yeah. Jake Matthews was looping across the back. Let's see if things will change. As Chase feeds it. Oh, they go to short side. Fires a long pass. A little bit of a trick play. Dangerous. Flirting with that touchline. And Leon White had no option. He tried to roll it back in, but it went forward.
I don't want to talk about it, mate. First tackle. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind a trick play or something like that. But you'll see he steps back and then goes back to the sideline. And it's like, stay in. It's tackle 1. You haven't beaten him this tackle? Stay in.
Well, it's dangerous in these conditions. The ground's wet. That's the bottom line. So Victoria do get a reprieve. Both sides obviously wouldn't have played a lot of football together. And you can just see those combinations. They'll take a while. And the format this year, it's a little bit different, Caleb. 30-minute halves. Only 3 states involved. No South Australia this year. So with the under-18s, it's 30-minute halves. With the men's, it's 40.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be making mistakes.
No. So, yeah, it's 30 minutes straight against... So, WA will play Vic 30 minutes. Vic will play NT for 30 minutes. And then WA will play Vic NT for 30 minutes, and they're straight games. 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss, and you play everyone all 3 days. So you get multiple cracks at the same sides.
Numbers here, Victoria, they look a little bit uncertain as well with ball in hand. As eventually Rawport Armour puts a nice kick through, will it? It's going to find touch. It's a nice kick.
40-20.
It is a 40-20. It was a lovely kick. It didn't look like a lot was on. So now they'll get a wonderful opportunity. They're 10 out from WA's defensive line. They'll look to get first points in this championship.
That's a great nudge. Great kick.
Tapo loose. Taps it. Uati Sornor plays it quickly. The dangerous number 13, Massa Losalo. I've seen a bit of him, Caleb, throughout the year. He's dangerous football with ball in hand. As they go wide. Hohepa. Once again, good defence from the WA side. As the Victorian side maybe try and milk a penalty. Rorty Anderson does well, puts pressure, and Victoria pop it up.
Another good defensive set from WA, boys. Victoria coughing it up, and, you know, I think Victoria, that's their second chance they've kind of let go. So, from just unforced errors, Sully.
Is indeed. This defence, though, from WA's been there, hasn't it? And we talk about how important scrambling defence is. Ballard has put his hand up a couple of times when his side needed it. Bring the ball out from the dirty area.
Great line from Jake Matthews. We'll get a quick play of the ball here.
Was a good line. Matthews, a very good runner. Thurkelson has a skirt out of dummy half. He's wrapped up quickly. And the Victoria back rower, Morelia Lama, and a mistake.
That was a total miscommunication there, Sully. Latrell Chase was in the pocket, ready to kick it, and unfortunately the hooker was playing the ball. So the guy who went to hook it didn't realise. Hit the decoy, as we like to call it. But there are no decoys in rugby league, Sully.
Well, you've got to be awake if you're a decoy. As you say, there's a bobble there. I'll tell you what, he just tried to play a bit smart, Sordor then, didn't he? Tried to come in, put the elbows up, or the bumper bars, and unfortunately the bumper bar wilted.
So, it's scrappy.
It is scrappy. Well, you consider, as we say, it's dried out pretty quick. The ground's in magnificent conditions. The amount of rain we've had.
It's been a mini monsoon the last few days up here. People were asking the question yesterday whether we'd even get on the field.
Well, we're on. That's the main thing. And there's another mistake. This time off the scrum. Western Australia's knocked it on the far side of the field.
For all those playing at home, the number 6 from WA, affectionately known as TT. So if we do go to TT in this call, we know who we're talking about. Old Afitu Kere.
I think he'd be all right if we call him that. I know his mum, nice lady, she'll be okay with that. So now Victoria. Paul Laird Jr. He's wrapped up out of dummy half. Tepe Lou plays it quickly now. Rawport Armour, he gets it on quickly. Hohepa wrapped up again. Coming twice, the fullback. Caleb, it hasn't shifted it as yet. Morelia Lama, going to be hard to stop from there. He bounced off that right foot. And after a number of mistakes from WA, they keep giving the ball back. The number 12, Hosea Morelia Lama, scored for Victoria.
Just constant pressure, wasn't it? WA keep giving the ball up in good areas. And the captain there from the Victorian side, Morelia Lama, just puts the foot down and goes, try and stop me. Leaves 3 players in his wake. and they go in. I'd like to see the Victorian halves take the line on a little bit, to be honest with you, Sully. Ropama and Perenisi.
Morelia Lama from the Fountain Gate Secondary College, Warren. So representing his school. Couple of boys from Fountain Gate in the side. We've just been waiting though, Caleb, but both sides have made mistakes. So we've been waiting for which team would enjoy the invite to get points, and it's Victoria first up.
And both sides look like they can do a bit of running. A couple of half line breaks from both teams.
Yep.
It is just a fact of you just got to hold on to that footy as the conversion is unsuccessful.
Yep, from Cyrus Jr. Per Air Nessie. So 4-0.
His Perenisi has got a cracker of a blonde rat's tail going.
So TT with the restart. Puts it high. Goes back. That's a better kick. Right back onto the try line. And there's a mistake. Off the kick off. Paul Air Jr. has bobbled it up. So WA, they will get an opportunity to bounce straight back. They want to complete a set. Onto the field now. Leaf, his first touch. Strong run. Evans a dummy half as well. So a couple of changes. Ransfield, his first touch for WA. They're 8 out. Chase wants it. Chase gets it. Out the back. Nice ball movement. Unfortunately for Western Australia, it's another drop ball. And Victoria pounced on it. And pounced on it quickly. Matageta in the 20. They'll look to go right. Quickly out of dummy half goes Sinclair. Sinclair had numbers outside, decides to hang on to the football.
And gets whacked for his troubles by Cruz Beasley.
For Nuki now. So after a mistake off the kick-off, WA, after a knock-on, all of a sudden the Victoria have gone bang, bang, and they're 5 out. Spinning. Uati Saunay. Just watching the referee. Must be tackle 4. It's a short ball. Wrapped up well. Anderson Ororti did well once again. The referee's going to say, as he tried to play, he's played it too quick and knocked it on.
Yeah, look, really exciting interchange of play there. I feel like if a Fitu Kete manages to hang on to that ball down here, WA go in. Instead, Victoria on the attack, and luckily Achilles Packer's got a bit of toe about him because the Victorian run, I think it was Barlow Sewer, was off for the races.
Well, it looked like at one stage he got away again, didn't he? Yeah, that's what I thought as well. This is dangerous for Western Australia down in this area. This is where they've had trouble. Oh, dear oh me. As I just said, they've had trouble bringing the ball out. And once again, they've done it again, knocked it on.
You know, this is my thing about front rowers hitting it up off the scrum. Because sometimes that ball's quite hard because it's rolling. And the halfback's got to make a pretty fair pass in a short period of time. And unfortunately, Kava Aguirre's just come up with a bag of drop lollies there.
Caleb, they should be in the scrum. They shouldn't be out waiting to get a pass. That's the key. So what's happened now? Victoria get their opportunity to add further points as the rain really does start to bang down now. They throw it out the back. Numbers, flirting with the touchline, and Western Australia come across and drive him into touch. On tackle 1.
You spoke about the wet earlier when Joondalup Giants dropped it on tackle 1. Victoria flirting with the sideline. You've got to give yourself 10 metres there.
Yeah, Torn knew it was. Tried to back himself.
you have to think that the WA outside backs are not slow. Leon White and Jake Matthews coming over and cover there.
So now, Western Australia, they'll just want to complete this set and get it out of their danger zone. Another strong run. He's been impressive so far.
He's been WA's best.
He has so far. Julius Anderson Oroti. Aiga. This time he hangs on to the football.
Very slow.
It was a slow play, the ball. That's the key. And that's the difference. They're driven backwards. It just, the slower the play the ball, the markers get set. Evans decides to have a run. Nearly probably burns a tackle there. There's a bit of ball movement. They've got numbers if they can get it, the shifts going well.
That was a good decision though from Beasley, because if he hits Achilles there, Achilles is 2 metres away from the sideline.
Veti Kuru, it'll sit up. And this is a danger sometimes when you're only playing 30-minute halves. You might be running into that wind.
Yeah.
And that's what it looks like Western Australia are. So Victoria, once again, their opportunity just to ruck it out. They just get it over halfway now on tackle 2. Bobble, they decide to hang on to it. Tanu. You talk about that, play the ball. That's the difference. Victoria just a little bit quicker at the moment. Solid run. Uati Sornair goes over the top of a couple of Western Australian players.
I think that one's Nelly, Jeremiah Nelly in the 16.
Oh, it's the 16. Looks
Victoria
like the 10, doesn't it?
Funny numbers on the back.
Jeremiah Nelly. Yeah, they're hard to see the numbers. Nice kick there, just puts it in. Oh. Will he get the bounce? He certainly does. We said it was a lovely kick from Raw Armour. And I tell you what, the goalpost covers your friend.
100%. And kick the tackle early, which is always a good decision in the wet. Basically the cover, again, overran it, hits the post, and Ropo Armour chasing through his own kick like a good kicker does and gets rewarded for it.
It is your friend, that goalpost cover. But you said earlier you want to see Victoria halves run the football a little bit more. They are starting to now.
Yep, 100%. Getting a little bit more dangerous at the back end of the half. And you know what? WA have just made their errors, mate. Victoria taking advantage like good teams do.
Certainly are. They lead 8-0. Shouldn't have any problems. Should headbutt this over. He does indeed. So it's 10-0.
In this kind of format, Sully, double scores are probably the death knell, yeah?
Oh, my word. Very, very important.
Victoria 10, lead West Australia.
And I think when you're playing good football teams, you just can't keep giving them the football, Caleb.
No, 100%.
Especially when Victoria gave Western Australia the opportunity after the last try, the knock-on off the kick-off, and then Western Australia giving it back to them as the ball says, I'm not ready to be kicked, and just rolls off.
Well, to be fair, that one as well off the kickoff, Latrell Chase earned them that by getting a really nice shot as a half on a front rower. Oh, Jesus.
It's a nice kick as well. It goes back. You were a bit worried it was going to go over the top. Some spirited running there from the Victoria back rower. King in dummy half, his opportunity. Morelia Lama that was, the first try scorer. And Renzo solidly off the kickoff.
Tell you what, they've gone up a level since Nelly's been on there. Jeremiah Nelly, he's really given some gusto in the middle. Oh, he's dropped that.
He's made a mistake though now.
I think he was hoping the WA boys were going to hold on to him and like give him a bit of pressure, but they've just let him walk forward. You can see here.
I didn't even realise there's a referee out there. Done a good job so far, referee Devine.
0 penalties. He's let the game flow.
It's been an attractive game of footy. So now, can WA bounce back? They trail 10-0. Bit of movement going. They look up. Everybody lent to the left. Oh, let's run to the right.
The old switcheroo.
Well, I think they switcheroo themselves. They keep it alive when two Moana brothers. A little bit of a combination there.
Would have had a bit to do with them growing up, Sully.
Yeah, young Jordan onto the field now. He's only
16.
He's only 15. Yeah, he would be.
Turning 16 maybe.
And Regan, his brother at the back, hasn't it? I'd like to see Regan get his hands on the footy. He's a good runner of the football. TT, oh, here's what I wanted. Regan to Moana now. Sizes up the situation, gives a lovely pass.